Hey, what's up guys? Today we got Boruto episode 89 review, and this episode is actually pretty dang decent. And also this arc is starting to, wrap it up with, I think it's gonna be like 2-3 more episodes until this arc ends, which sounds really great because it's been going on ever since episode 72? Something like that? I forgot, honestly. It's been so dang long. It's been like, nearly 20 weeks ever since this arc has started. So it's actually been a really long time ever since it ever started. So, let's start off with the beginning. Or, actually, let me just highlight it, actually. So let me just start out with this. Mitsuki came in clutch. Sarada came in clutch. Konohamaru came in clutch. Like, all three of them has done really well inside this episode. I actually, I really admire that. Also, Mitsuki, it's actually not bad after all. So, with this being said, anything that someone trying to say this is Sasuke Retrieval Arc 2.0 is actually proven wrong, because Mitsuki was actually good all along. He was actually just trying to, fool the Ku and everyone by making himself look bad by doing snake lightning on Boruto, which is actually almost I wouldn't say killed him, but it just made him look like a bastard in the moment. But it was actually just trying to make himself look bad so that they'll get fooled. Grow on to Mitsuki so that they'll be fooled by it, which Ku definitely got fooled by it. But we seen Kaku, he definitely was not fooled by it. Kaku always had his hunch on Mitsuki all along. But once I meant to say Kakuyo. Once Kakuyo died, that's when, Mitsuki could make his moves, because Kakuyo was always having a hunch on him. But yeah, Mitsuki has done some really smart stuff inside this episode, like with the heart. He was actually fooling Ku into making him think it was heart, and then that's when he backstabbed him in the back, just like, what Black Zetsu did to Madara, which I kind of thought that was hilarious when he did that to him. But anyways, I knew that heart wasn't a real heart. I said, why is a heart so pale? Hearts are supposed to be like, red colored. And this heart was really freaking pale, but Ku doesn't know that because he's never seen a human heart before. So he actually fooled him with that. But I was already having a hunch from, earlier in the episode on why that heart was so weird colored, and I was right. It was just snakes. But yeah, Mitsuki is good all along, and he was teaming up with Konohamaru, and he was telling him that, it's his will. And with Konohamaru, he came in clutch. He destroyed all the Akna, just about. And then, Mitsuki came in and, backstabbed Ku. That's actually really freaking good. Also, now I want to go to, different parts of this episode. Can we just say Sarada, she came in clutch with this episode. I can just call her the MVP. Because, she got herself straight out of that genjutsu, just like something that we would see Itachi do. Itachi is really smart. He basically took the Dakota Matsukami and he did it on himself to get himself out of, Kabuto's control. And, we see with Sarada, she did something similar, but on a very small scale compared to, something of Itachi's. She looked at the sword, put herself into her own genjutsu, and then she did release on, Naruto, which is very, very smart. That seems like something Itachi would do. So she's definitely having some Itachi genetics inside that. Those genetics of, like her uncle are definitely popping up. Because, we look at that age, Sasuke would have never thought of that. Thinking on such a strategic level of, looking to a sword and taking himself out of genjutsu. Because, at that age, he was actually really messed up. It's kind of like edgelord over 9,000 at that age. So, for good reasons. But anyways, I don't even think he would have been that smart to think of that like Sarada. So Sarada, her intelligence is very high up there. Also, I thought the fight would be more prolonged, but that really wasn't the case. It had to move on to different scenes of the episode, so I can see why they didn't make it all that long. Also, I thought they were going to be doing hand-to-hand combat. I didn't expect them to, wield swords and try to slash each other with Kirara, controlling them. I thought it was going to be something else, but that wasn't the case on that. Also, I thought Konohamaru was going to come in clutch and, do release on them, put them out of the genjutsu, but apparently Sarada got herself out of the genjutsu and then did the release on Boruto, which, that's really smart right there. So everything played out differently than I thought. I also went to later on inside the episode that, Inoki really is starting to regret himself and actually see that all the stuff that he's gone through, has caused turmoil inside the village. If only he would have listened to Kurosuchi, none of this would have happened, but he was so ignorant inside his old ways, thinking that everyone is weak. Even though the new generation is, weaker, doesn't mean that taking over and going overdrive is necessarily the best thing. But now we're seeing Inoki, he's trying to take into his own hands, and he's trying to battle this out, try to take redemption for what he has done, because now he knows that what the stuff he has been doing is actually wrong all this time. With that, earlier inside this episode, we see that, Sakai was talking to Mitsuki about, the loss of Koku and Kokuyo, and he said that he felt, he was basically trying to insinuate the best he could that he had a heartbreak, because he said he felt it in here or something like that. He was wondering, if I have a human heart, will it feel worse? And Mitsuki confronted him that you technically don't need a physical heart to have a feeling of having heart for something or someone. He was basically telling him that. And that was actually some deep stuff, but I don't think Sakai actually really realized that. What Mitsuki said. He was in question of that. That's when Mitsuki explained it to him. Also, another thing I want to mention, later on, we get to see that, Sakai was, basically, getting kind of disappointed. He's like, man, you betrayed me, blah, blah, blah. Sakai was really breaking down because, his only friend betrayed him. So inside this next episode, we're going to be seeing, Sakai go berserk on Mitsuki. So it's actually going to be really interesting next episode. I actually can't wait to see that episode. And later on in the episode, we see Seki. He runs across, I think his name's Akutsuki. He's basically saying that he was doubtful talking to Akutsuki because he was trying to tell him, hey, we can go save, we can save the Tsuchikage and all that. And that's when he told him to say, you go and save the Tsuchikage. And that's when Seki was acting doubtful. And Akutsuki, he really, tried to, cheer him up on that part. And he's telling him that you are a strong person. He just keeps on doubting himself. So I'm glad Akutsuki had to go and talk to him about that, because, if you keep on doubting yourself, you're not going to get it done. But, he later on, he got inspired to go and do that. So I'm actually really happy for Seki inside this episode. Also, later on, we get to see that the Tsuchikage, she got released. So I'm guessing, Seki came in and released her. And, all the shinobi came in when she broke down the wall to go and free all the, all the stone shinobi. So, everyone's actually, taking down everything that Ku has ever tried to do, try to take over the village and all that. So everyone's retaliating back. So we're seeing everything slowly crumble before Ku. Because Ku literally got backstabbed. Like I said, all the shinobi are starting to get freed. Tsuchikage, she got freed. Just a lot of stuff is going down. So yeah, we're going to see what the heck is going to happen to the next episode. I'm kind of, excited for it. But yeah, that's pretty much all I have to talk about today. If you guys are new here, make sure you guys subscribe. Like this video, support your boy. But anyways, it's been your boy, Balboa. I'm out.